Hello everyone, my name is Shyam Manavat and I welcome all of you in the lecture number 9 of graphs. Before we start this lecture, let's have a round of applause for all my students, all the learners who have reached to this lecture number 9 because you have a lot of patience, dedication for your learning, and I appreciate that. So let's get started. What do we have in this lecture number 9? We are going to discuss minima and minimum maximum function, mean max function here. Okay, so let's see how to plot the graph for this. देखो अभी तक जो भी हमने ग्राफ में सीखा है देयर अ लॉट मोर इन ग्राफ बट इज दैट रिक्वायर्ड फॉर योर एंट्रेंस एग्जाम preparation or does it is it part of your any year's exam paper? No. Whatever we are discussing, because we have discussed a lot, yeah, I mean we are in lecture number 9 of only the topic graph. So that is enough. You don't have to go beyond this, or you don't have to go in further depth of this topic for your entrance exam preparation. If you're watching this for some other learning, maybe say your data science or data analytics or understanding the graph for general purpose, then you may go in depth of that. But for entrance exam purpose, this much information is enough, including lecture number 9. So let's see what is mean or max function. So you will find the function like suppose if f of x or it could be y. Y or f of x is one of the same thing in terms of graph or the variable, because both of them are dependent variable which depend on what? X. Okay. So you will find this function in a way that this is equal to minimum of 2x plus 3 comma 3 minus x. So we need to find out, we can plot the graph or we can also find out the minimum value amongst them. Now to give you more example, before we get into the algebraic expression, let's take some number and understand minimum or maximum function. So it's like this. Suppose if you have minimum of 2 comma 3. Suppose if you have these kind of numbers in the bracket, it means we need to select the minimum amongst the two, which is 2. The minimum amongst the two numbers. So here it's 2. So the outcome of this function will be equal to 2. This is what it means by minimum function or maximum function. If it is maximum, choose a maximum value. Yeah, let's try again. It's not it's not necessary that you will only have two expressions or two numbers. You can have more than two as well. But yes, you can't have one. अब one में क्या minimum क्या maximum, right? So you will always have two or more than two expressions or numbers to compare and then get the final outcome. Say if you have f of x is equal to max. Max means we need to select maximum amongst them. So if I say 4, 5, 6, 10, as these are four numbers we have. So what will be the final outcome of this f of x? F of x will give you 10 in this case. Okay. Similarly, if you look at this function, so you can also, let me write this again. Let me write this again. So if I have the same function, say f of x equal to minimum of 2x plus 3, and here I have 3 minus x. So if I substitute, let's say f of 2, for example. So f of 2 means x is equal to 2 here. So I will get 2 2s are 4 plus 3, or shall I write the value directly? 2 to the 4 plus 3 is 7, comma. Here 3 minus 2 will be 1. So which one is the minimum amongst them? It is 1, right? 7 and 1. Which one is the minimum value amongst them? 1. So what was the input? Input input was 2, or you can say x is equal to 2. It's one of the same thing. Accordingly, you got two values inside this bracket. And because it is a minimum function, we will select minimum among these two values. Clear? Let's try one more number. If I say f of 4, then minimum of f of 4 it will be, or let's try this number. Okay, let's try f of -4. Okay, so I have 2 minus 4 is -8, -8 plus 3, -8 plus 3. Here, 2, this will be 2 into -4 -8 plus 3 -8 plus 3 will be -8 plus 3 will be -5. Similarly, here I'll have 3 minus 4. 3 minus 4 will get you what? +4. So it will be 7. So what is the minimum amongst them now? It is -5, right? Easy? Yes. So this is what minimum function means. Now, instead of minimum, if we have maximum, let's say if we have maximum, then what? How do we deal with it? Suppose I use the same function, but instead of minimum now, I say maximum. Okay. So maximum of the same expression, let's say 2x plus 3, comma 3 minus x. Yeah. First of all, I hope you understood minimum. Minimum मतलब value substitute करके जो दो values आई, you have to consider minimum amongst these two, right? Maximum में क्या होगा? It will be maximum amongst two. For example, if I substitute x is equal to 2 here, what are the values you are going to get? You will get same. 2 to the 4 plus 3, 7. And here you will get 3 minus 2, 1. And maximum amongst them is what? 7. So outcome of f of 2 of max of this expression is 7. Clear? Similarly, if you substitute f of -4 in case of max function, it will be 2 into -4 plus 3. So I can say -8 plus 3 will be -5. And if you substitute -4 here, then you'll get 3 minus -4. So 3 plus 4, 7, which is maximum. Maximum is 7. Which one is maximum value here? Among these two, it's 7. So that's how it works. So it is little different from having the straightforward expression. For example, if I say f of x is equal to 2x plus 3, so definitely you are going to end up with only one value here. But in minimum function, maximum function, you need to compare the outcome of these two expression, and then you need to write accordingly. Maximum है तो maximum value लिखो, minimum है तो minimum value लिखो. Clear? So maximum minimum function clear हुआ. Now, in which case you will get equal value. ऐसा भी हो सकता है ना कि दोनों इक्वल हो, तो क्या करोगे? इक्वल होगा तो you can consider either one of them. Then you don't have to compare minimum maximum. For example, अगर मैं यहाँ पे if I try finding a value which gives you equal outcome of it, okay, of the same f of x is max of 2x plus 3 and 3 minus x. For example, if I substitute f of 0, if I substitute x is equal to 0 here, then I will get what? Max of, tell me, 2 into 0 is 0, plus 3 is 3, and 3 minus 0 will again be 3, correct? So, which is maximum value? Both of them are equal, so the outcome will be same. Now, instead of max function, if I have the same in minimum function, let's say f of x, same expression. I hope you are understanding this. बहुत difficult नहीं है. Mean max है तो maximum value लो amongst the different values you get. Minimum है तो minimum values लो. Minimum value लो amongst the given values. So if I have the same function, but this time it is minimum. So if I again substitute x is equal to 0, so f of 0 is going to be minimum of 2 into 0 plus 3. So it's 3, and 3 minus 0 is going to be 3. So outcome is again 3, right? Because ये दोनों equal है ना, तो फिर से 3 होगा. Yeah. So you may get some value where both expression give you equal outcome. ये possible है. You may have some input for which both expression will give you equal outcome. ये possible है. Okay. ठीक है. So I hope you understood the brief of what is minimum function, maximum function. अब इसका ग्राफ कैसे प्लॉट करेंगे वो देखना है हमें. ग्राफ कैसे प्लॉट करेंगे. सो मैं फिर से बोलता हूँ आपको कि दिस में हैव टू और मोर देन टू एक्सप्रेशन, बट एक सिंगल एक्सप्रेशन नहीं होगा. अदरवाइज देन देर इज नो कंपैरिजन, राइट. हम लोग अभी फिलहाल टू एक्सप्रेशन वाला डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. एंड हियर वी हैव लीनियर एक्सप्रेशंस, यू मे हैव क्वाड्रेटिक एक्सप्रेशन एज वेल. वो भी पॉसिबल है. सो उसका भी मेथड तो सेम ही होगा, स्टेप्स तो सेम ही फॉलो करना है. या तो देखते हैं कैसे होने वाला है. सो इफ आई हैव दिस मैक्सिमम ऑफ दिस फंक्शन, तो सबसे पहले आपको क्या करना है, सबसे पहले आपको ये समझना है, बिकॉज यू हैव टू प्लॉट द ग्राफ. नाउ यू नो इट्स नॉट अबाउट कि x इज इक्वल टू 1 पे क्या आउटकम होगा, ये नहीं है. वी हैव टू प्लॉट द ग्राफ. तो ग्राफ प्लॉट करने के लिए यू फर्स्ट यू टेक दीज टू एक्सप्रेशन सेपरेटली. सो टेक y इक्वल टू x माइनस 1 एंड y इक्वल टू 5 माइनस 2x. सेपरेटली ले लो इन दोनों एक्सप्रेशन को. क्लियर. देन let's say this is your line 1, because you know it is linear equation, linear function. एक power of x is 1, ये हमने बहुत बार डिस्कस किया है. Power of x is 1, it should be a straight line on the graph, correct. So ये straight line होना है. तो let's say this is line 1 and the second one is line 2. Now यहाँ पे अगर हम लोग coordinates find out करें, how to plot the graph of line, ये हमने पहले डिस्कस किया है. In lecture number 1, we have discussed this in detail. So I'm not going to go in depth of this, but we always take 2 points which satisfy this any equation, and then accordingly we plot those points on the graph, and then we join that graph. We join those points to make a unique straight line. So here, if I substitute x is equal to 0, I will have y equal to minus 1. And if I substitute y equal to 0, I will have x is equal to 1. So this is for L1, and coordinates of L2 will be, if you substitute x is equal to 0 here, you will get y equal to 5. And if you substitute y equal to 0 here, you will get x is equal to 5 by 2. That means 2.5. ठीक है, ये दो values are. Let's plot the line 1 first. So coordinates क्या है? 0, -1. देखो ढूंढो कहाँ है 0, -1. 0 on x and -1 on y. तो ये रहा आपका पहला पॉइंट. ये रहा आपका पहला पॉइंट. करेक्ट. नाउ सेकेंड पॉइंट क्या है? 1, 2. 1 on x, 0 on y. यह हो गया आपका दूसरा पॉइंट ऑफ लाइन 1. नाउ व्हाट डू यू जॉइन दीज 2 पॉइंट्स. ज्वाइन कर दो इन दोनों पॉइंट्स को. ज्वाइन कर दो इन दोनों पॉइंट्स को. फिर से करता हूं मैं. ओके, प्लीज एक्सक्यूज मी फॉर माय ड्राइंग अगेन. आई होप दिस इज विजिबल. ऐसे ये देखो, ये सबसे मिलके होना चाहिए, बट दिस इज हाउ इट शुड बी. ओके. एनीवेज, थोड़ा सा और इसको टेस्ट करते हैं. Okay. I hope this is visible on white. This is L1. Okay. Then L2 कैसा होगा? L2 is 0, 5 and 2.5, 0. So 0, 5 ढूंढते हैं. 0 on x, 5 on y.